Make people get excited about it, okay? Please. All right, so we're going to talk about now when you do go to somebody's house, okay? I do sell very high priced items, okay? Up until this summer, I had a $1,300 show average. That is not to brag. I worked it. I learned these products. I made sure that I knew how to sell the products. This summer, my shows were not as high as they normally would be, so it's tanked to 1,100. So what? It's still a great show average, and I know I'm confident now the shows that I got, I'm going to be able to turn around and be able to do that. So I had to figure some things out. I had to say, if I go do a party, would I want them coming out, thank you very much, wow, look at this with a lid and one of these, wow, this is highfalutin.
So it doesn't spill when you dance.
Okay, so I thought to myself, all right, if I went to a party and all I saw them use was the double burner grill pan and the rock crock and a couple of other little tools, you're missing out on a whole bunch of people. I could not probably afford, if I just went to a party, to be able to buy those two things. So I say start small, medium, large, extra large, so that at least you'll be able to get those sales. I sell tons of manual food processors. I do not go and do a party without using the manual food processor. Ever, ever, ever. It's one of my favorite things. So stick to what you know, and what do I say? Learn the crap out of that product. Take it, look at it, say, well, what would I do with this? Ask the people in the audience, tell me, do you have this? What do you like about this? Tell me what you make out of it, okay? One of the things that you could do, by the way, with the 5 for 5, really big one, you could actually make up a little survey thing and say, if you saw this double burner grill pan, you've seen the double burner grill pan, how likely would you be to purchase it at full price or at half price? Or would you book a show to be able to get it for free? I mean, I don't have them, just so you know. Nobody private message me, Mary, when you got that thing? I have not done it yet. I just know a lot of you are very creative. Maybe that's something that you want to do in one of your 5 for 5 shows. Give me a little feedback on whether you like that or not. So, your favorite product might be the bar pan. Your favorite product might be, what's yours, Christine?
My favorite product is probably the 12-inch skillet.
The 12-inch skillet,
Yeah.
Okay, very passionate about it.
Yes.
And I want to tell you something.
That's my
yeah.
newest. That's my new favorite.
It is a great one. It's a great one.
Right.
And you know what? I sold that. I was looking it up to see how many of those 12-inch skillets I've sold at full price. There's a lot of them. Because unless you believe that that product is worth it to pay full price, nobody's going to buy it. Okay? So you have to try it. Don't take it out of the box and say, okay, today I'm bringing this guy with me. Know it. Know it. Show integrity. And so this is how I'm going to talk to you about selling this new one-pot wonder. Okay? Alright, come on over here, baby. Come here, baby. Oh, yeah. Now, if you saw my video, one of the things that I say is, you know, inside of our cookware, we have a lot of pieces, a lot of different shapes and sizes of pieces. And when they came out with this guy, I'm like, what? Holla? This is exactly the size that I need. Because I make a lot of rice dishes, a lot of chicken and rice dishes, a lot of soups, a lot of stews. And if you have a really tall pot, do you know what's going to happen when you have a tall pot and you have a lot of liquid in there and meat in there? Guess what? Some of that meat might burn on the bottom. When you have those big bubbles that come up on the top, you have a lot of hot spots. That's what's so great about our cookware, because it's made out of heavy gauge aluminum and it's reinforced with titanium alloy. These products alone are going to help you have some even heat distribution. You're going to have a perfectly flat pan here, and that's what you need when you're going to cook, because if you have a little warp, and you know how you get a little warp? When you take the frying pan off of the stove and it's hot and you put it inside of the water and you hear tss. When you hear that, what you do is you know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you, it's a 12-inch skillet. What you're going to do is it's going to change the shape of your pan. So now when you put your Earl in the pan, what's going to happen? Like the Titanic, it's all going to go over to one side. So now when you're going to fry or you're going to cook your meat, what's happening? It's cooking faster on one side than it is on the other side, which is gonna cause what? Those bubbles, the hot spots. You need a perfectly flat piece so that all of your meat that you're gonna place on there is all gonna cook evenly all at the same time. So when you lift off this cover, all you're gonna have is that glorious steam coming out of it. I just made a pot of meatballs and sauce. Everybody must know it's all over Facebook, okay? You all saw it? Made a pot of meatballs the other day, okay? And any of you who really know me know that I absolutely skeeve eggs. So for me to make meatballs means I gotta go in with the gloves, with everything. It's not pretty in that kitchen. I'm making it rain with money. Who wants to mix up these meatballs for me is what I really don't like to do. But I so wanted a pot of sauce, and I so wanted to make it in this so I could see how it came out. I was so happy. First of all, what you could do is you could fry your meatballs on the bottom, get rid of the oil, and then put your sauce in here and just start making it on a slow simmer. Absolutely. The pork that I put in there just fell right off of the bone. You need the even heat distribution on here. It is the most important feature that we have on here. What I love about this is that it heats up fast and it cools down quick. So if you came home from work and you did not defrost your meat, did you know that you could take your frozen meat, put it inside of this pan and leave it on the counter for a half hour and it will be defrosted enough for you to be able to prepare your meat? What, Carla? Listen to me. It cools down quickly. Now I'm not saying for you to take your 30-pound turkey on Thanksgiving and put it inside of here and put it on your counter for 3 days. No, that's not what this is for. It's a quick defrost. One of the things I love, because you know we had the hurricane warning, that's why I made the meatballs, because I'm like, I love to cook when we're having bad weather. I just love it. So another thing is I like to keep pizza dough in the freezer. I took the pizza dough, put it right inside of here, let it defrost for 20 minutes. Guess what happens? Roll it right up and have a deep dish pizza in here. Cools down fast, heats up quick. So if you wanted to make a Korean chocolate melted lava cake inside here, what you can do, the box of chocolate cake mix is going to say to bake that cake for 33 minutes. You're going to bake your cake for 23 minutes right in here. Because of what? Even heat distribution. Now, one of the things I want to tell you is that these have silicone handles, so you can cook on top of the stove and continue cooking inside of the oven. So if you wanted to braise your meat or brown your meat, and then you could put your liquid in here and your vegetables, cover it up and just keep it inside of that oven for hours and hours and hours. Oh my God, that's why I'm a size 20. Absolutely delicious, okay? I love this because it's non-stick on the inside and non-stick on the outside. So if anything bubbles over, I'm going to wash it off right with a sponge. It's always going to look gorgeous just like this, okay? This pan has a lifetime warranty. If your husband wanted to go outside and buy a hedger and edger for $300, he'd spend that, use it 3 times a year. A woman will use the same rusted vegetable peeler, bleed every time she uses it. Why? Because we're not worth it. If you are in that kitchen 3, 4, 5 times a week, you owe it to yourself to have the correct tools inside of there to get dinner on the table really quickly, right? Now, if you go to the store and you want to buy this non-stick cookware, what non-stick cookware or Teflon is a non-stick coating that is sprayed on, not baked on. So if you spray that on there and you touch it with a knife, what's going to happen? It's going to peel off and go into your food. Our cookware has several layers of non-stick coating baked on, not sprayed on. So if you touch this with a knife, it's going to remain a scratch. It's not going to peel off and go into your food. I have some of those old pans with the slashes and the gashes and all those other, the very highly toxic cookware. I cook my husband's eggs in that. My kids okay? Now, one thing else that I love about this is that a lot of you have cookware at home. So a couple of really good pieces, and you think, wow, do I really want to spend a lot of money to get a whole set of cookware? This is your one-pot wonder. Add this to your collection. This one piece over here, what I love is that it also comes with this cover too. Okay? So it comes with this cover. May I have this piece here? Now, I love to make, and I'll give all kinds of recipes that I make inside of here, which I have always given a lot of recipes about my 12-inch skillet. But then this baby came. And what's really great about this is if you're like me and every other week you're on Weight Watchers, you need a steamer. Okay? And what I love to do with this, I'll take that off, put my water in there, and I put my cauliflower in here. I steam the cauliflower, dump out the water, throw the cauliflower in there with a little garlic canola oil, and I roast it in the oven. Tastes like candy. No joke. No joke. Absolutely delicious. But some of the things that I found that I love about this piece over here is that you can make a chili on the bottom, and on top here, take our 1 cup prep bowls, spray them, make cornbread mix. Believe it or not, you're gonna put this on top, and you're gonna have cornbread with chili. Go ahead. All right, ready? Here's some other things. Okay, well, I'm at Staten Island, I'm never pulling this over. You could actually, don't freak out, take a pill. You can steam your meatballs right in here, okay? And then have your sauce on the bottom, okay? But one of the things I'm loving making at my show, and my Cook Once, Eat Twice show, is you don't even have to boil the liquid to make this. I put 3 cups of chicken stock, okay? And 1½ cups of long grain rice. I throw it in. It doesn't have to boil, and then put it in. And what I love is I love our new garlic rub. You want 2 tablespoons? Anybody like me without a tablespoon around? Just fill the cap up 2 times with the garlic and throw it inside of it. Let it boil for, you know, about 4 minutes or something like that. Then on top, take some cubed chicken on top with your broccoli. This goes back on top of there for 16 minutes. Are you ready? When that's done, take some of that chicken, put it on the side. Got it? This, I take my salad choppers, I chop it up. I take 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, throw it in there with the chicken and broccoli, mix it up, holla, there go dinner, okay? But then the next day, I had that chicken left over. Take the deep covered baker, throw all your raw crock, good as you people use, okay? And make your pasta in the microwave for what, 16 or 17 minutes, okay? Make your bruschetta, because we always use the manual food processor. Take that leftover chicken, throw it in there. Now I got another dinner. And people say all the time, why are you so gorgeous? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I do not stress out in the kitchen. I am in, I am out, I am no joking around, okay? Because I worked 2 jobs for many, many years. I'm doing this for 18 years. My first 13, I worked 2 jobs. I went to 1 job, and I didn't have this iBox that's in my pocket over here. I had a flip phone. I didn't know how to text, okay? And I had like 200 people working underneath me at the time, okay? How I managed that, I don't know. Came home, made dinner, went to my next job. I had Pampered Chef stuff to do, okay? So I learned how to specialize in busy people. I learned how to do this. So I would love to be able to come into your home and teach people how to get in and out of the kitchen. Who's game for that, okay? And I give a lot of recipes. I'm like, listen, in my 12-inch skillet, you know what I'll tell them? I don't need the 12-inch skillet for that, but you know what I do? You know what, Liz? Let me tell you something. You want to know what I got? I'll tell you what. My 3-2-1 meatloaf. 3 eggs, 2 pounds of chopped meat, 1 box of stovetop stuffing. Prepare the box of stovetop stuffing, mix it in with the meat and the eggs, put it in the shape of a log. It'll cost them a $160 pan, even though you could do it in another one. But you know what? I love it because it doesn't stick there. It's moist, it's flavorful, it's delicious. And again, you want to know how to cook? Don't go a little size 1 Pampered Chef person. Get a size 20 in there. We will rock your world. We will teach you. We have tried these recipes. I'll tell you that right now. Okay?